come in one tub.
You know what set me off this morning? My buddy just closed on a brand new construction home, spent every dollar he had, and within 6 months, the walls are cracking, the plumbing's leaking, and the builder won't return his calls. These are real people spending real money, $400,000, $500,000, and getting a cardboard box with a garage door. Let's dig into exactly how bad this has gotten.
I'm really disappointed you all can't hear my shouts and screams whenever I see this weird.
I hope he keeps making these videos exposing these new home builders, because for the last couple of years, the quality has been terrible.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but these are 4 types of homes that you should never waste your money on. Number 1, new construction homes. You see them everywhere. I'm talking about your D.R. Hortons, Lennar Homes, Beazer Homes, Ryan Homes, etc. Guys, these builders are throwing up these cardboard, cookie cutter homes in a weekend with the cheapest materials and the cheapest labor that they can find. You got paper thin drywall that you can literally hear your neighbors' knees, and don't even get me started on plumbing. I swear that I think plumbing issues are the #1 issues with new construction homes. I'll probably stay away from 99.9% of all new construction homes.
Bro said 99.9%, and I felt that in my soul. This is a mortgage broker, someone whose whole career is getting people into homes, and he's out here saying, don't touch new construction. That's not a hot take. That's a warning from someone who's seen the damage up close.
I don't even care if they're giving away a 0% interest rate for 100 years. Number 2, the condominium with a $700 a month HOA due or deferred maintenance. Listen, I don't care if they're giving this thing away, but if the HOA is higher than my car payment, I'm out. I've got clients right now paying over $700 a month in HOA dues, and they're still getting tacked on with special assessments. Condos with high HOA fees are gonna eat up your equity and your resale value.
$700 a month HOA on top of your mortgage, that's a second car payment, a grocery bill gone every single month, and they still hit you with special assessments on top of that. You're not a homeowner at that point. You're a renter with extra steps and 0 protections.
Number 3, a house with only 1 bathroom. Listen, unless you live in the Northeast or parts of the Midwest where houses with 3 and 4 bedrooms and 1 bathroom are really common, do yourself a favor and stay away from any home that has only 1 bathroom. These properties are really tough to resell. Number 4, cheap flips or just rental homes that look good on Zillow. Yeah, the listing looks pretty good in photos, but then you go see it in person and the hardwoods are literally the cheapest vinyl that you can find at Lowe's. These super cheap flips or literally lipstick on a pig homes are pretty common in big cities, and they're really easy to spot. Like, you go on Zillow, you find a house and you find that an investor bought it 5 months ago and they are already back on the market for 3 times what they paid for. Guys, I'm a mortgage broker, and if you have any questions about the best way to buy a house or getting the best deal and making sure that you don't get ripped off, make sure you comment on this video or just send me a DM.
What was the whole purpose of it?
If you missed part 1, go back and watch that video first.
Home buyers deserve to have a fair opportunity to get a fair and accurate inspection by a third-party home inspector. These amazing people just closed on their home yesterday and got their keys last night, and this is what they got. It's stressful when parents have to decide between transient-filled parks with meth pipes and needles, or is their backyard safer? Deep scratches at the window glazing. It's kind of hard to see in the video, but deep scratches there. The wiring for what looks like is the landscape. Well, that neutral wire isn't even connected to the bus, and I think that would be this breaker which is not labeled. But hey, the city inspector gave it a final inspection approval.
The city inspector signed off on this: exposed wiring, disconnected neutral wire, broken tiles, wrong plumbing flashings, and they said good to go. That's not an inspector. That's someone who showed up, walked around, and stamped a paper. The system designed to protect buyers is failing them at every single level.
And no doubt, there's plenty of exposed lath material. Or damaged tiles, also the plumbing flashings, well, those are done incorrectly. You can see the top of the pipe. There's broken tiles right here. And over here, you're missing the laundry room vent cap, and you're also missing both of the B vent caps for the furnace units. Good thing it's been raining for about the last 3 days. And the builder is supposed to replace these damaged tiles, but it looks like they're just gluing them back together. You can see they glued this one back together. That repair job looks amazing. More damaged tiles that they're just gluing back together. A damaged motor cap, and a partridge in a pear tree. Furnace exhaust vent pipe that is in direct contact with combustible materials. But hey, we have final approval, so city inspector said it's good to go. The builder is required to provide 30 inches of service platform in front of an air conditioning unit in the attic. This one is about 19 inches, and this should have been verified by the city inspector prior to giving final approval. But hey, we have final approval, so city inspector says it's good to go.
They said it twice because apparently once wasn't enough sarcasm, and I don't blame them. A furnace exhaust pipe touching combustible materials is a fire hazard. This isn't cosmetic. This is your family's safety. And the city said, good to go. Who exactly is protecting buyers here? Because it sure isn't the people getting paid to do it.
This truss connector plate is damaged and disconnected, and the truss web is actually shifted over and no longer properly supporting the upper cord. Interior wall at the kitchen island is outside of tolerance and greater than 1/4 of an inch. That's almost 1/2 an inch. And this family is going to win the award for the most cracks found in one tub. There, and there. Active leak at the shower pan. This is why we do pan tests. When we first noticed it, we drew a line at the tips of the edges of the leak, and every 5 minutes we remarked it. So now it's still growing since the last time we measured. Don't forget to like, share, and follow. Simplify Dallas. God bless, and thank you.
Now, we spent the afternoon at another new home inspection, and let's look at a very, very common find that we see a lot with new construction today. 1 crack, 2 cracks, 3 cracks, 4 cracks, more? Could there be more? And 5 cracks. 1 crack, 2 crack, 3 crack, 4, 5 cracks. There can't be any more. They're all considered in common areas. They're not large cracks, but they are cracks nonetheless. Will get reported. Builder will come and have a look at it. They'll patch what they can, and the paraging will cover the rest. New construction. Welcome to 2025.
Welcome to 2026. You spend $500,000 and you get cracks before you even fully move in. This isn't settling. This isn't normal shrinkage. This is bad materials and bad labor cutting corners so a builder can flip it faster, and you're the one stuck holding the bag.
All right, guys, doing another inspection on a new build condo. I'm on the 3rd floor. There is someone living up above this unit here. Let me show you what I found. New build. All right, as you can see, we've got some mountain views out there of the Rocky Mountains. But anyway, so we've got this upper deck. Neighbors living above. We've got the joist brackets installed correctly, proper size nails. But on this side of the deck, I don't know if you can see, but they are upside down. They are all upside down. New build. Passed building inspection already. Buyer's getting ready to close and move in, but the upper deck is not installed correctly. Also, this beam has probably about a 3-inch hook curvature upper deck. Structurally, it's probably okay, but visually not too great. Definitely have to get that addressed.
Under no circumstances should you move into a new build in the United Kingdom. My family were the first one to move into this apartment. This is a new build. If I sneeze too hard, something breaks. The plumbing, the electricity, something breaks. There are houses in this country that are older than the United States of America, and they're still standing strong. They're nice places to live in. And then there are houses that were built 20 years ago, and they're uninhabitable. Swear to God, a plumber who came to my house, right, who I should probably be on first name basis with by now, considering I see them so often, his words were something along the effect of, this apartment will not exist in the next 50 years. These houses, these apartments were not made to last. The reason those Victorian era houses that have been there for like 100, some of them 200 years are still standing, they're still a nice place to live in, including the electrics and the plumbing, which was put in recently, is because it was all done with love and with care and with precision. These new builds were built under pressure. People were just trying to cut corners and mass supply houses. Save yourself the hassle and do not move into a new build. There's no reason for it. I mean, I get it, some people want to have a more modern looking house. Just move into one of those old builds. I promise you it will save you the biggest headache.
The UK guy just dropped the most honest thing in this whole video. A plumber told him straight up, this apartment won't exist in 50 years. Victorian houses are still standing after 200 years because someone gave a damn when they built them. Speed and greed killed craftsmanship, and now we're all living in the wreckage.
Remember last year when everyone was saying house prices won't fall because supply and demand, and there's just so much demand. There's just so much unlimited demand. Well, today, Bloomberg reports the new London home construction starts sink to the lowest since 2009. Low developer sentiment is putting home building on ice in the city. High borrowing costs are hindering demand from would-be buyers, and there's no help to buy left. The construction of new homes in London has frozen as high interest rates and sticky inflation batter sentiment amongst the city's house builders. Fewer than 1,500 new homes went under construction between July and September, according to data compiled by Mollior London and seen by Bloomberg News. That's lower than any quarter since 2009 and more than a 60% drop from the second quarter of this year.
Okay, if you live in a new build house, please stay. Or if you know anything about new build houses, please stay. Let me show you. Well, just for a little bit of context, we've lived in this house for 3 years, almost 3 years now. It was a brand new build when we moved in, so we are the first owners of this house. It was a pretty penny, okay? It was a pretty penny. Okay, can someone explain to me why there are cracks happening in our home? Look at all that. Okay, this is at the top of our stairwell. You can see that big long crack right there. Okay, we have screws like protruding out of our walls. They're starting to come out. This was not picked, it's just the drywall is just falling off. Here is another example of a crack, I guess, forming at the top of our stairs. This is in my daughter's room. We have screws coming out from, this is her ceiling. We have windows. This is my daughter's room again. Window like cracks in here. Looks like it's like coming basically undone. Okay, that is just a fraction of everything that's going on around our house. Can somebody please explain this to me? We are pretty much SOL because we're out of our 1-year warranty and they're not going to do anything about it. Like, is this normal for new built homes? Like, am I crazy for being pissed? Am I overreacting for being pissed? Because, like I said, this house was not cheap. This was a fairly expensive home that my fiance worked very hard to put us into, and we are now almost on year 3 of living here, and this is what it looks like. So please share this with somebody that you know. Comment to somebody that you think might know what's going on with our house. Like, what can we do? Because this is actually insane.
Screws coming out of the ceiling in her daughter's room, cracks spreading across every wall, and she's out of her 1-year warranty, so the builder just ghosts her. That 1-year warranty is a joke. They know exactly what they built. They built it to last just long enough to not be their problem anymore.
from brick. It might look like it from the outside, but these are not brick construction flats. Same as these houses here. They look brick from the outside, but none of them are brick construction. All of these buildings are timber construction.
I don't know when we've decided to adopt the American way of building houses. I don't know when we've decided to adopt building firm, brick, solid houses that lasted the war with wood. This is why I will always be a big preacher about joining the construction industry, because I'm telling you guys, we're all gonna experience this shortage of workmanship, shortage of tradesmen. We're all gonna experience it one way or the other. I'm telling you, if it's not you, it's gonna be someone you know who's gonna be buying a new build that in 6 months' time they're having to deal with mold issues. And if it's not mold, if it's not mold, it's the roof. It's the bloody roof. And Lord will have it, a lot of people are finding out they're paying like what, 400k, 300k for a brand new house. The house ain't even made out of bricks, bro. It ain't even made out of bricks like we saw. Like, it's just actually disheartening, you know? As someone who's looking to own their own property, and you know me, as a tradesman.
This guy gets it on a different level because he's in the industry. He's seeing the shortage of real tradesmen, bricklayers, construction workers, people who actually know what they're doing. And when you lose that knowledge, when you replace it with whoever's cheapest and fastest, you get 400,000 houses with walls that don't make it 3 years.
I want an old house. I want those houses that lasted the war. Give me them, because it shows they've got a good brick foundation. I don't want to be spending 400k on a fake looking brick facade, wood paneling, and my house is falling down not even up to 2 to 3 years. Nah, man, this is why we need more tradesmen, we need more bricklayers, we need more construction workers.
New construction, let's see what we find. Well, the garage door operator has power, but it's not wired. This is the range hood. What's the point of having a damper when the damper stays open? It looks like someone forgot the screw. At least they tried to install it, I guess. They're totally missing the weather stripping at the bottom of this attic door. Beautiful tile. The transition is just as beautiful. Look at all that dirt. Loose faucet. Missing some window caulk. Orange shingle on the roof from installation. You have this impact puncture here. That shingle needs to be replaced. Another impact here, most likely during installation. This high efficiency water heater has a condensate drain, and it terminates here, and it's not centered or secured, and so this could easily be bumped and then cause some damage. When wires enter a panel, you should have little grommets, or some people call them bushings, in these penetrations. Well, this one, it's there, but it's slipped out, and it's actually damaging the Romex. The irrigation has these rotors that are supposed to rotate. They are notorious for not rotating.
Garage door not wired, range hood damper stuck open, missing weather stripping, punctured shingles, water heater drain just dangling, wiring bushing slipping off and cutting through the Romex, irrigation rotors that don't rotate. And this past inspection, this is the finish line of an entire system that stopped caring. The builder doesn't care, the subcontractors don't care, the inspector rubber stamps it, and the buyer finds out 3 months later. Here's the real talk. You spend your whole life saving for a down payment, sign your name to a 30-year loan, and get paper-thin drywall, cracks by month 6, and a builder who ghosts you after the warranty runs out. This isn't bad luck. This is an industry that figured out you'll buy it anyway, so why compete on quality? Get your own independent inspector before you close, not the builder's guy, yours. Ask hard questions and walk if the answers don't add up, because nobody in that closing room is protecting your money except you. The builder wants to close. The realtor wants their commission. The lender wants the loan. You work too hard to end up with a house that wasn't built to last. Don't let them rush you into finding that out the hard way.